Alright, we're gonna see if this if it's actually overheating or not today. That's what we're doing today. I don't know how to explain this, but we have this thingy-majig that I borrowed from my friend, the heat gun. So supposedly I just point, shoot, and it tells me. I don't really know, but yeah. So I'm gonna put it. I don't even know. We'll figure that part out. We'll mount it someplace. I don't know where. But excuse me. We're gonna point this. It's gonna tell me if it's overheating or not because the gauge is either not working or something. I don't know. So we're gonna find that out today, or it just doesn't have flow. So it's gonna be one of the two. All right. Let's get into it. Alright, the temperature gauge says it's about almost 210. Let's see if that's actually true. I don't know if it is or not because the radiator I can touch. It's still cold. This radiator hose is still pretty cold, so well, the valve cover says it's running about 75, 76. See if I can't get to the that's pretty close to the engine block right there. So that's nowhere near 210 at all. Huh. The radiator's going pretty cool. 70 degrees, yeah, that's pretty cool. We may not actually have an overheating problem then. So there's the top, the engine block. That's saying it's not even 2 yet. We may not actually have an overheating problem. We may just have a faulty temperature sensor. Yeah, because it's saying it's up there. It's up in temperature. But according to this thing, it's not. So try this again. So yeah, it says it's about 180, almost 180. So we'll let this run for a little bit more. See if it hits 210 here and see if the actual radiator will start flowing. And then we'll see. So we're gonna let it run for a little bit longer. Last time I ran it until the gauge got like 260 and then I turned it off because I was worried. But now that I got this thing, I'm gonna just keep going. But down there is pretty cool. But up here, pretty warm. It's quite a difference. So, see if the thermostat. So the thermostat should open about 210, which I don't think it's hit 210 yet. So I just let it run over a little bit more, and the radiator is actually pretty warm. Like it's not hot, but it's at the top. It's pretty warm. And the engine block is staying pretty cool around 180, 160. 180, yeah, it's bouncing all over the place. And the thermostat is about the same. So that means it's flowing. See what the gauge says. Okay, the gauge hasn't really moved, which normally it's pretty close to 260, so that means the gauge isn't right. So that's good. That's really good news. All this work and all it was the gauge isn't working, so. Yeah, I kind of wish I had this tool a little bit earlier, because that I would have saved so much time. But the radiator in this definitely needed to be replaced, so I'm not too terribly upset about that. But yeah, so we got so I kind of figured it was the gauge, because lately all the gauges have been slowly failing, so I had a assumption that the gauge wasn't reading right, but that confirms that the gauge is not reading correctly. So yeah, now we can actually drive this, and I won't be worried about it overheating, because I know it's not actually overheating. But we will have to fix the gauge sometime in the near future, so we can actually know what we're running at. So I just turned it off. Let's see, everything seems to be oh, that actually yeah. I don't know how accurate this is, but now that I know that it's flowing, because I actually feel like heat coming off of here, which is what you want. So yeah, I guess this isn't going to be a very long video, but we figured it out. We fixed it. We just got to do a little bit more work to it, and we can drive it now and not worry about it. So I'll see you in the next one.